morning. Okay, so I'm trying to keep my head balanced because this light is very bright. So if I'm like, that's why. Um, so today's video is about life lessons, I guess you could say. Um, I don't even know where to start with this, but okay, I'm gonna start with it. I'm an analogy person. If you haven't picked up on that from my videos, I love analogies. They're like how I get through life because sometimes I think there's situations that are really hard to digest and understand, and comparing them to something else to me helps. So, um, today's analogy is about strength and change. One thing that I learned early on with bodybuilding and stuff like that was that you never kind of know how far you've come until you look back, obviously. But I'll never forget, so the pull-up. The pull-up for me took 5 years to be able to do. 5 years. And right before I was able to do one, I used to do a pull-up progression pyramid, which is just like I would do 8 reps of a lightweight, 5 reps of a moderate weight, 3 reps of a hard weight, and 1 rep of a really hard, and I would do that 3 times through every single day. And one day I got, a little brave, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it without, the little knee thing. And I busted out 3 pull-ups, easy. And I was so excited because I was excited to see my progress because I had never really given myself a chance to I guess, test my strength. And so I thought it was really cool, to just kind of see how far I'd come. And it was actually pretty far. I mean, 3 pull-ups, you ask any female, and I mean dead hang all the way up. I don't play. Wide grip. It was cool. So, how I'm relating that to today was last night I got a chance to see how, since I accepted Christ into my life, how that has changed inside of me. If there's one thing that I could have told you about my past was that I used to let things fester in my head. I used to really hang on to things, and I don't know, it was hard for me to move on. I would not that I would hold grudges, but I would be like, I'll never forget this, and stuff like that. And last night I was, God gave me a challenge, and I basically had to listen to a story someone was telling me about their wrongdoing towards me and kind of what they were going through. And it was tough. I've become very accustomed to this feeling that grows inside of my stomach and my chest whenever I hear stories about this person, because it would be like this, and it's not a good feeling. But this person reached out to me as a friend and just needed someone to be there for them. And if there's one thing that I've been trying to do since I became a Christian is forgiveness. And I already did a video kind of talking about it, but it's hard. But it was actually day before yesterday when I talked to them for the first time, it was so easy for me to let go of things. And, I prayed a lot about the situation. I'm being very vague here, so just bear with me, but I prayed a lot about the situation. I mean, a lot, and it was very easy for me to let go of something because I know that there have been many times that I've messed up in life and people have forgiven me, and so who am I if someone comes to me genuinely sorry to not forgive them? That's just part of being a good Christian. And it just goes back to that one time when, I don't remember the verse. I'm not good at quoting scripture, if you guys haven't noticed either, but I do remember the thing where, the person was asking how many times he's supposed to forgive his brother or whoever that was, and he said, 70 times 7. And, I know that it's not an actual number of you got to do it 490 times, but it just, it's just, always forgive. If they are sorry, you forgive them, because that's what God does for us. You know, yeah, I mean that's all that is. But one thing that I guess realized was really different about me was how I felt about talking about the story about what had happened to me. And I found a Bible verse that I really like that kind of goes with this, but it's Ephesians 4:32, and it says, "Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgive one another as God in Christ forgave you." And tenderheartedness is something I have a very hard time with, because I get an attitude real fast. Not like to the point where I'm like, all the time. But if you make me mad, which is rare, because not very many people on earth can make me mad, but once I get mad, I'm mad. And I have no problem telling people that they made me mad. But yesterday wasn't about me. Someone came to me at their lowest. And as a human, whether you believe in God or not, we're all in this together. This world is a hard place. And life has a funny way of teaching you things. I always like using the one time my car wouldn't have got smashed in because I left my wallet on the seat, and I always think back to that. I'm like, that was a real expensive lesson, and 400 something bucks to get my window fixed, but if you look at every experience you go through, and one of the biggest things that the person who I was talking to was talking about was they regretted it, and I would, the only thing that I could say is, don't regret it. Take what happened and be thankful for it. Be thankful for the lesson that you got. If you don't extract a lesson from things that happen to you, that's where you go wrong. With any wrongdoings, any good things, getting robbed, there's always a lesson to be learned. And as long as you can extract that and remember it, you're golden. It's gonna suck. There's things that I still think about, but I have forgiven myself for, and I remember the lessons that I learned. I put something on Facebook this morning, or the gram. Forget what hurt you, but never forget what it taught you. There was no comma there. And that's the thing. You have to take life, and you have to take it for what it is, the good, the bad, the ugly, and remember that we need these experiences. You can't have a high without a low. You can't have good without bad. You can't have sunshine without rain. And that's not true. But you can't have rainbows without rain. Stuff like that. Like, life sucks. Life in the grand scheme of things sucks. It's very temporary what we have here. And it's just of the flesh. It's of the, it's... Once you learn to let go of that and just realize that this is temporary, it's so much easier to deal with. And that was, like, I felt really wise last night talking to this person, because I have a lot of life experience at my age. I've been through a lot, and this person hasn't. They've a couple years younger than me, but I just, I think that I know what I am supposed to be doing in this world. And whether that's mentoring people on getting through things, or just being, like, I feel like I've always been somebody who people trust. Like, people who I've only known for like a couple weeks before have come to me and been like, here's all my problems, and sometimes it's like kind of overwhelming, but people trust me. And I think it's because of my demeanor and my personality and who I am, because I am a trustworthy person. I'm loyal, and I'm always going to be here for someone. I don't care if you're my worst enemy. You come to me and you need me, I'm there for you. Afterwards, we may part ways, but I'll be there for you in a time of need, because that's what this world's all about, helping, lifting each other up. Another good quote that I read in one of my books the other day was, your life involves you, but ultimately it is not about you. And that was like right in the feels, because that's so true. Like, yeah, you work and you go to school and you things to help give you a better life, but if you end up, with a good paying job and you're comfortable, you need to do what you can to, like, I don't know, just make everything better, even if you have nothing. I don't know how to explain that, but take that however you want. But I don't know, just a lot of good things learned yesterday about myself and about how I've changed and about how, like, I'm really excited about the person I'm growing into. And I know that I mean, and it's all just because I let God in my life. As simple as that sounds, like, I don't know, I'm happy. And today's the first day that I'm joyful and I'm happy. I've been joyful, I've been sad, but everything that I've been going through for the past little bit of time amounted to, I think, last night. And I think that it just goes to show you that He knows what He's doing. He knows what He's doing up there, and it doesn't matter if you think it. If you believe it or not, He does. So, anyways, yeah. So forgive, be kind, and do what you can to spread encouragement and joy in the world. A little bit of encouragement goes a long way. Build people up, don't break them down. So, and if you are someone who enjoys bringing people down, you need to go home and stay in your room and think about what you're doing, with your life, because we don't know, no one in the world needs that. No one. So, anyways, what day is it? Tuesday. It was a year yesterday since my first bodybuilding show. Which was kind of cool to think about everything that's gone on in the past year. So, happy I've been fit for a while anniversary. But anyways, so I hope you guys have a great day, a great week. Tonight I got another devotional for the book of Jonah. I'll make a video probably tomorrow about what we talk about. Super excited. So pray for me. Pray for my mama, because she's still going through all her cancer stuff. Just keep, every day, just try to say a short prayer. I'm starting a gratitude journal today, a prayer journal. My friend Lena mentioned it, and I think that's a great idea. Every day I'm going to write a prayer, and every day I'm going to write something I'm grateful for, and that way you can kind of look back and see, where you're coming from. So, anyways, have a blessed Tuesday, and I will see you next time.